All right, welcome back. We're on part 2. You're going to need your eraser, a Sharpie, and we are going to use colored crayons later. Now, hopefully you have designed something in your background. As you can see, I haven't done that yet, so I will probably be adding that in a little bit with my marker. But your first job today is to take your Sharpie and to go ahead and go on top of all your lines. Don't add any extra details to your cow. Don't add spots. Don't draw with the Sharpie. We just want to outline with the Sharpie. And like we're using Sharpie because when we watercolor, the watercolor is not going to disturb the Sharpie. The Sharpie's permanent. Water doesn't make it bleed and run all over the place. So that's why it's important to use a Sharpie. Now let's go ahead and fix our eyes. We made 2 little circles. I want to make them a little more cowish, so I'm going to give them a little more shape. I want them to look a little more like a football shape, I guess. We'll call it that. And I'm coloring it in, except you can't see it very well, but I left a little tiny white dot in the eyes. So that's called a life spot. The life spot is going to make our cow look like he is living. Otherwise, their eyes look kind of dead if you color them in all the way solid. Okay, you can see me tracing. I'm staying on top of my lines, except for sometimes I make corrections while I'm Sharpieing. Sometimes I change my mind and I decide that there are some things that need to be moved. So that's when you'll see me, like the back of the cow, I totally am off. That was on purpose because I decided he was a little too big. All right, I added in my fence. And now I'm going to put in some little grass pieces just because I want that nice little green pop. So I'm going to add just a few of them. Excellent. Now I'm going to be ready for all that beautiful paint. All right. Once you've Sharpied, it's time to grab that eraser. And we need to get rid of all the lines that are showing. Because as you know, once you paint on top of it, those lines are there forever. You can't erase them after the fact. So let's go ahead and do that first and do a really good job. And then we'll be all ready for tomorrow. All right, looks good. My lines are gone. Everything's Sharpied. My background's ready to go. So I am going to grab my crayons. And I just have a few places where I want to put in a little bit of color or a little bit of texture using the crayons. As you know, crayons will not allow the watercolor to stick to them. So we're going to basically do a crayon resist. Again, just a few things. Please don't go crazy and start coloring your picture. That's not what we're here for. We are just here to add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. And then I'm going to grab this green and add just a little bit to my plants and fill in the rest with the lighter green. So that looks really pretty, I think, having the 2 greens. And then I want to take care of the stool. I want to add a little bit of shading in my stool because I only have 1 brown to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and color most of this in. I'm going to press hard around some parts and then I'm going to color really lightly so that it looks shaded. I like that, a little more 3D. And then this fence, I want it to look like it's made out of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and use my crayon to put in lines that are going to give it a wood-like texture. All right, that's it. Everything is ready for, oh, I forgot my ears. Besides my ears, everything else is ready for tomorrow. All right, see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye.